and he came up and slurped it. I set the hook and farted a little bit. I set the hook and said, "Bumper." Yeah, dude, what would you do? If you catch one out of that boat, we're going home. I'm not. When you catch one out of that thing, we're like. Dude, he was out in the middle of nothing. I don't know nothing. Please. Oh, look what's coming out of his butt. What's it, like blueberries? Hey, dude, you know what that is? It's the freaking poke salad. Is that like that? We call it poke salad. You know the little berries that's on that stuff? Look at that. I wonder if that's really what that is. I thought bass were like... Yeah, I thought they were carnivores. I didn't think they ate plant material. I bet that's what that is, right?
Weird.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. You know, it has those little blueberry...
Yeah.
If that's the kind of bush that it is.
Looks like it.
I mean, it looks like that. I'm not sure if that's what it is.
Did you think you had it?
God, dude, next cast. Oh, come on. Dude, that was cool. Very next cast. I'd really like to not lose him, but that was the next cast. You're back there eating that poke salad. I don't even know if that's what you call it. I forgot what the name of that stuff is. We call it poke salad when we were kids. That was the next cast. Hank, I bet you like to dance.
Me?
Yeah. I bet you love it. I know you get out there, you whip and nay-nay and whoosh paw and all that. Dance for him, Hank. Oh yeah, I told you you had it. I told you it looked like you danced. Throwing the old horny toad. Basically all we're trying to target, you see all these like little underhanging bank type deal. Anywhere there's like a little shade line. The bites that we have got usually occur somewhere around the shade line, really close to the bank, because what they're doing is they're just kind of feeding on brim and stuff, the ones that you can catch, which is very far and few between, but we caught a couple, 6, 7, just covering a lot of water. That's horny toad. Caught a few. Let me show you my popper. It's over here. This is my popper. My age-old popper that I've caught some on today. It's like comes out of the dollar bin. I changed out the hooks on it, put some nice owner hooks on there, and owner bucktail treble, and I'm not even sure what color they call that. Maybe like a baby bass or something like that. It's got an orange belly on it. It's a good bait to use when they're feeding on fry, like in the spring when fry's around the docks. It's good, and it's good this time of year when fish are feeding on brim. Just throwing it on braid. This is actually not the rod that I really like throwing my popper on, but it's what I'm using today. I got a Garcia ALX 7:3-to-1 gear ratio reel, 50-pound test Smackdown, and flares frogging and flipping 7'3" extra heavy. Not the rod that I really like. I usually throw it on a 6'6" or 6'8" Summit, but that's not what I'm using today. Oh, right there? No, that was a gar right there though. You probably saw it somewhere else. Oh, I didn't see it. I think it just got hot too. Look at that bass. See that bass? See him? Oh. I don't know why he didn't get it though. Dude, is that not bad or what? Dude, I saw him just sitting in the shade right there. He came up and played like patty cake with it a couple times.
Destroy it.
Yeah. Oh, Popar. Yeah. Cool. That's the key though. You see it was like just a little shade. You saw those brim that did you see them all over there? You're getting close and I saw like it was a little bass just off to the side. It was just one. That's all I saw anyway. That was cool. But he couldn't make up his mind if he wanted to get it or not at first, you know, like he played a little patty cake and he's like, ah. All right, so here's a little midday report. I guess it's midday. What time is it? 11:25. 11:25. We've been out here about 5.5 to 6 hours or so. You know, it's pretty hot today, maybe in the low 90s or so. And I kind of knew fishing was gonna be pretty tough. It always is in August here, but we caught a couple. They ain't been that bad. Hank caught three all on a frog. Right now, you caught one on a. He caught one on a creature bait. That palmetto bugs, right?
Yeah.
Show him where that's at. Show him that. The creature bug. Yeah, he caught one on the palmetto bugs, and caught two on a pad crasher. Pad crasher. And then I think I caught maybe one or two on a frog, and I missed a couple on a frog, and also caught one on a popar, the one we saw. So overall, listen, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it can be so bad this time of the year. There's a lot of fish deeper. When it gets hot like this, a lot of people think, well, you got fish deeper. My experience has always been the exact opposite, especially when you're talking about fishing a place like this. A lake, a reservoir. There's really not any oxygen content the deeper you go. And some of your places like Tennessee River where they pour water more and more, it's probably not the case. But lakes, Lake Hartwell, Savannah River chain, any of your kind of like Holland impoundments, it's actually going to be less oxygen content deeper than this. There's not any food, which means there's not any bass. So there's some fish out there offshore, but I can't catch them. So when it gets like that, I always run to the bank and catch whatever I can catch. And we haven't caught any big ones, but when you fish in the bank, you always got a chance to catch a big one. So we're just going to keep running these pockets right now. We've been fishing. What I'll do is there's not a lot of fish on the bank and the water's real high right now, but we're just going to change creeks just for a change of scenery. Sometimes that can help your morality, just because you change, you got different scenery. It's like a fresh start when you go to a new creek, because you're not going to get a lot of bites. Like I told Hank when we got started this morning, we probably hit somewhere between 4 to 6 bites, and then like the second pocket we went into, we caught 4 or had 4 bites and caught 3 or 4 others. So kind of on par, I would say, for August. We're going to keep chugging at it, keep doing the same thing, just in different places, and see if we can catch a couple more. I'm ready to catch 11 in a row. There are 4 or 5 pounders in here. That's what we're about to catch. That's what I said. 4 5-pounders. If we catch 4 or 5 pounders, I'm sitting down for the rest of the day. I said, I am. You can do whatever you want to. We catch 4 or 5 pounders. God, dude, he looked like he was 17 pounds when he came up and jumped on it. He ain't bigger than a freaking mouse's toenail. Oh no! Oh no! Look at him. He's like that. Look at him jumping, dude. He's like, that's hot. That's so hot. Dude, he came up and like sharked it, didn't he?
See it?
Yeah. Oh. We have a 1.5-pounder alert. Call someone. Dude, like, how much water do you have to cover before you catch one, though? They're all on the same stuff. I mean, just in the shade and that back behind the dog kennel, but you have to fish so much water. I mean, it's enough water to hold one, but it's not a whole bunch of water either. There's plenty. I mean, you know, that's what, 5-6 foot? That's plenty. You don't need like a foot. Really, you just need it back covered. But since the water's kind of clear, you do need a decent amount since it's so clear. Goodness gracious. Dude, what the crap was that? Oh, I see it. It's a gar in there or something. He hit it. You see him? I'm showing him to you. A carp or a gar. See him right there? It's like a light spot.
Oh, yeah.
That's what hit it. I was like, oh my gosh.
You get it?
Yeah, I guess like the line rubbed across his back or something. I flipped it in and it goes, ka-thump. I was like, oh. Oh, got him. Oh, finishes the day with a giant. Is it a, that is a, it's a largemouth. It's a largemouth. But he is a bass. That is a bass though. All right, Hank. So we just finished. What do you think? Pretty hot. What do you think about it?
Pretty good though.
It wasn't so bad, was it? We managed to
Make the most out of it.
yeah, we made the most out of it. When it gets hot like this, I really prefer to fish shallow over fishing deep because we got a real unique situation here too. The lake is extremely high. It's rained a lot here recently. Even though it's hot, we've had a lot of rain, and it's rained like probably 1 inch a day. Almost every evening we get a thunderstorm and it pours. So all the rivers feeding the lake, all the creeks are kind of blown out, pushing a lot of water into the system. And so the lake is probably over full pool, if not right at full pool. So you got like a lot of green vegetation in the water in August, which is unusual. So you just got a lot of stuff to fish on the bank. And I'm saying that all of that to say this, typically when it's hot in the summertime, I like to fish the bank. When it gets triple digit heat, water gets in the mid 90s. Today the water temperature was about 92, 91. It started out around 88, 87, 88, got to 91, 92 degrees. So you know, what do? I like to fish for fish to feed on brim. That's what I like to do. I'll stick 1 or 2 rods in my hand and go at it. That's what we did today. Caught a couple fish. No really big ones. A lot of people think summertime means go deep, deep, deep. Depending on where you're at, where you live, sometimes it actually can be more productive to go shallower the hotter it gets. Seems counterproductive, but I promise you it works, especially when it gets super tough. So try that out, see how it works for you. We're going home. We had 8 hours of it today. It's time to ride.